Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. We are here with the Ultimate Racing League, and this is the Saturday Championship. Now this is race 2 of round 5. We just saw race 1 and Osman took a resounding win with Grasshopper taking second and Fraser taking third. Now this second race, there is a mandatory pit stop, and it is medium and soft tyres only, so they have to use 2 sets of tyres throughout this race. Just a little bit of, because I didn't do it in race 1, a little bit of info about this circuit is obviously Laguna Seca. It is 2.2 miles long, and it's 11 turns, and it's a real world circuit. So anyway, let's get back to the grid. Obviously it is a reverse grid, so Hawkeye starts on pole and he starts on the mediums. Vane starts in second, he's on mediums. Rufus starts on softs, he's in third. Unforgiven fourth in softs. Colesberg fifth, mediums. Peter sixth, mediums. Sai seventh, mediums. Silly 8th, mediums. Phaser 9th, mediums. Grasshopper 10th, softs. Osmond, mediums on softs. And Willard's 12th on softs. Brian on softs as well. Now the reason these two started at the back was because they had engine problems, so because it took some time, they had to start at the back just purely because all the rest of the cars were ready to go. So they, unfortunately, they had difficulties with their cars, so they had to start at the back. But anyway, let's get this 17 lap race on the way and see how they do. Just waiting for the 5 klaxon to go, and it's all go, 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 go. Hawkeye takes them away down towards through turn 1. It's not really a turn 1. Into turn 2, the Andretti hairpin. Everyone getting around it without an issue. There's a bit of a gap between Colesberg and Peter. Between Peter and Sai. Unforgiven's already making moves, and he's got past Rufus, but Colesberg has got past Rufus as well. Pete's getting past, trying to get past Rufus as well. Rufus is just there in 5th, just keeping Peter just behind him there. And Unforgiven is going for it on this first lap. He is already in the lead from starting in 5th, I think it was 5th, yeah. No, it would have been 4th. Unforgiven started in, and he's already in 1st, so he's had a great start as he goes through Rainy Curve for the first time. With Hawkeye there in 2nd, he's decided to go sand surfing for the first time, so everyone's streaming past him now. So he's dropping down towards the back of the pack. Yep, he is now in last. So he started first, and he's he's decided to hit the curb and go back sand surfing once again. So he's having fun in the sand. So I'm giving him there first, and he's already pulling the gap with Colesberg there in 2nd, Pete there in 3rd, Sign 4th, Rufus 5th, Bain 6th. Fader's going sand surfing as well now, with Silly there right behind Vane, looking to try and get past him here. And Aussie there up to 8th now, so he's had a decent start with Grasshopper there in 9th, Brian there in 10th, Willard there in 11th, Fader there in 12th after going sand surfing. It's down to 12th. With obviously Hawkeye there in last place. Colesberg bringing him coming through the corkscrew. Pete made a little mistake allowing Si to get past up to third. So now Pete's down to fourth. And Rufus is there in fifth, trying to chase them down. They're all battling hard here. And while this is going on, Alex, Unforgiven, is just driving away. While these four are all battling out. Rufus goes out a little bit wide there into the Andretti hairpin. That's Rufus in fifth. He's closing that gap on Pete. He's really looking to try and get them positions back. He's going side by side, but now he decides to come out of that one. He is trying to chase Pete. Pete has got that position well and truly. Carlsberg is still there in second, being chased by Si, with Pete there in fourth, still being chased by Rufus. Oh, Rufus is close. Oh, looks like Pete and Rufus basically did the same thing, sort of same thing. So Rufus coming into turn 6. Oh, Pete's more or less done exactly the same thing as he did race 1, so that's going to push him all the way down to the back now, unfortunately. It looks like Rufus, what did Rufus do? Rufus did something. Did Rufus hit Peter by any chance? As he comes through. No, he hit the sand, but he managed to keep it on the track. But that's allowed Oz now to close that gap dramatically. Oh, Si's got that a bit wrong as well now. Trying to keep it going. So Si's dropped off. He's now got Rufus coming up beside him, looking to see if he can get past as well. But he's got Oz and Silly there as well, right behind. So Oz is trying to do the undercut, but he's right behind there. Oz is looking to try and get past Rufus here. Like Rufus is trying to get past Si here as Rufus goes out a bit wide, but he gets past. But yes, Rufus up to third, so it's a good little move. I think Rufus just broke a little bit later than he needed to, but he was able to come back. Ty's keeping that full with Oz there in fifth, looking to try and get past. But Oz is really trying to get up this field. He wants to catch up Unforgiven as quickly as possible. He's passed Si there quite easily. Now he's looking to try and get past Rufus here. As they come through turn 6 into the Royal circuit. Now they're coming to the corkscrew. Oh, look like Silly nearly completely lost it there, but he managed to keep it on track. Looks like Carlsberg made a mistake there, so now Rufus is back after Carlsberg. The Carlsberg there in second. Oh, he goes out a bit wide there. I think there might have been contact there between Rufus and Carlsberg. Oh, there was little. It was very little gentle, but it was enough to hit Carlsberg off the track. But Rufus did the right thing, waited for Carlsberg, and let Carlsberg go again. But unfortunately, that's dropped him down a few positions. So that's dropped Carlsberg down to 6th, and Rufus down to 7th. But now he's got passed by Willard as well. Willard's got past. But Rufus has got up the inside of Carlsberg, so Rufus is up to 7th now. So these two, Rufus and Colesberg, had a good little battle here. I'm not sure if Colesberg let Rufus back past. I'm not sure on that one. And then Vane there in 9th. Then there's the Phaser there in 10th. And Pete there in 11th, being chased by Grasshopper. Grasshopper hasn't really had the best of starts to race 2. I think he's had an off on lap, because he's done a 1:38 on lap 3, so I think he might have had a spin and went sand surfing, so I think that's why he's so far back. But he is chasing down Peter, looking to, he's going up the side of Peter as they come through turn 11. And he's done it, he's passed, but no, he's side by side with Pete. Can Pete come back, take that 11th place back from, no he can't, Grasshopper is fully ahead, but is Pete going to try and go on the inside? No he doesn't. And Hawkeye's there a little bit back, they're in 13th, so that's lap 6. Unforgiven is well and truly in the lead. He is well ahead with no one in sight. He is just about to come into the corkscrew while Ozzy is just coming through turn 5. So that shows how far away they are. But Ozzy is there in 2nd, and he's going to do whatever he can to catch Unforgiven up as quickly as possible as he's coming through the Roll straight onto the corkscrew for the 6th time. With Silly there in 3rd. Brian Moncani there in 4th, being chased by Willard in 5th. Willard trying to go up the inside, but Brian managing to block him off. And Cy there in 6th. Oh, he's gone up a bit wide there. So Cy's now gone into the pits. Rufus is there. Oh, Rufus is nearly lost it completely. Let's have a look to see what happened to Rufus as he comes through. Cy's got a half-second penalty, with Colesberg right behind him there. He goes through turn 11. A bit too much acceleration on there, and it's nearly spun him out, but thankfully Rufus managed to hold it from spinning completely. But that's allowed Colesberg to get back past into 6th, with Rufus into 7th. Phaser is there in 8th place, chasing them down. With Grasshopper is there now in 9th, with Pete there in 10th. Looks like Phaser is trying to get past me, Rufus here. But Rufus is also having he's also chasing Colesberg down, so Phaser is trying to get past, trying to seize his opportunity. Not having much opportunity at the moment though. Coming through the corkscrew once again. Oh, Phaser's got a half-second penalty. Grasshopper is going to be licking his lips here. Oh, Rufus and Phaser. Oh. Looks like that was tandem spins there. Oh, I don't know actually, was there contact between the two of them? Oh, there was just a tiny bit of a touch from Phaser there. I don't think there was anything he could do there about that one. I think Rufus was just too far out, but that's now pushed him down to relatively 10th place and 13th place. I think Rufus is just waiting for Phaser to get going. Yeah, he's literally letting Phaser go past because he wasn't thinking at that time, he wasn't sure what happened with it, his fault or that. So just kind of going. Phaser's now serving his penalty, but they're getting going again. But now they are all the way down to 11th, 12th. Sai is now in 13th place, but he has had his pit stop, so he will gain a few positions. Lap 8, Unforgiven still leads this race quite comfortably, but he may have to pit quite soon because of his tyre wear. Oz there in second, just come out of the course, going into rainy curve on the medium tyres. Silly is closing that gap on Oz. Oz is trying to get away, but at the moment Oz is not able to get away from Silly. Silly is doing a great job keeping Oz there, but now Oz and Silly are both going into the pits to change their tyres. Brian carries on, so Brian's up to McCartney's up to second. Carlsberg's in the pits as well, so Willard's up to third now. Grasshopper's going to jump up to fourth. Pete's jump up to fifth. Yeah, he does. Vane going to get, yep, Vane is now in sixth. Is Hawkeye going to get around before they've just started filling up Ozzy's car? Yep. He's going to get out. And so will Silly, so they'll get out just before Hawkeye gets there. He's just coming down to the Andretti hairpin, and Oz and Silly are just about to come out of the pit lane, so now they have come out completely. So Hawkeye is there in 9th, with Phaser there in 10th. Rufus there in 11th. Sai making a nice easy move there, getting past there. And Carlsberg there in 13th. So yes, Rufus hasn't been in the pits, but Carlsberg has. So the race leader on lap 9 has come in the pits to change his tyres. That's going to allow Brian McCartney to take the lead for the time being. Willard's in the pits now as well, so is Grasshopper. So Vane's going to carry on as well, so Brian is in the lead now. Unforgiven is now on his way out of the pits. About 3 or 4, maybe 5 seconds behind Brian McCartney. And Vane is there in third now. Oz is there in fourth, with Pete there in fifth. Silly there in sixth, chasing down Pete there, trying to get that fifth spot from him. Although Pete will have to pit at some point, so that will allow Silly to retake that position, so will Vane. So once Vane goes in the pits, Ozzy should move up, so should Silly. Faye's there in 7th, Silly in 8th, Willard there in 9th, Grasshopper there in 10th, Carlsberg there in 11th, Hawkeye there in 12th, and Rufus there in 13th, just coming out of the pits on medium tyres. Hawkeye is on the softs. So now Rufus is going to have to hope he has enough energy in the tank to catch Hawkeye up. But anyway, now Unforgiven has retaken the lead. Brian is going to be down to Vane jumps up to second. Oz is up to third. Pete is up to fourth. Silly's up to fifth. Who's going to get out first? His Phaser going to get around the Andretti hairpin before Brian gets out of the pits completely. This is going to be a close one. But you know, Brian has got out, so Brian's there in 6th, Phaser's there in 7th, Willard there in 8th, Grasshopper there in 9th, Sai there in 10th, with Carlsberg there in 11th, and then quite a way back there in 12th is Hawkeye, and Rufus is even further back in 13th. So Rufus hasn't had a really great race this race. to lap 11, 6 laps to go. Unforgiven is still dominating this race with Vane still there in second. He's got Oz chasing him down there in third. Oz is really trying to put Vane under pressure. But now so Pete is now into the pits and Silly's up to fourth. Oz is past Vane, but they are going down towards Andretti hairpin. Who can have the advantage here? Vane's on the inside. So Vane keeps that second spot. Unforgiven is now going to go up the inside of turn, try and go up the inside of turn 3, but he doesn't manage to. Vane's gone out a little bit wide, hits the sand, so Oz has managed to get past there. So Oz is now up to second place. Now he can go after Chase. He can go and chase after Unforgiven now. Vane there in third. Silly there in fourth. Okay, Vane will still have to pit. Silly there in fourth. Bry there in fifth. Phaser there in sixth. Willard there in seventh. Grasshopper, Colesberg and Sai, 8th, 9th and 10th. All battling out here. Going through turn 5 into turn 6. Going through the roll straight onto the corkscrew. Going through the rainy curve now. Fraser and Vane, the last two to pit, are finally in the pits now, so Vane will drop a few spots. Grasshopper's up to 6th, Colesberg's up to 7th, Sai's up to 8th. Sai's really on Colesberg's rear end here, really looking to try and get past. Looks like Grasshopper made a tiny mistake there. That's allowed Colesberg to get even closer to him. Go through turn 4. And Colesberg is trying to put Grasshopper under a ton of pressure here. Looks like Colesberg is trying to look for a way past. Going through the roll straight once again, coming to the corkscrew. And Sai there in 8th. Vane there in 9th. Pete there in 10th. Phaser there in 11th. With Hawkeye chasing Phaser down. And then they're both on the soft tyres, and Rufus there in 13th. He's been trying to close that gap on Hawkeye, but he's just not having any luck at the moment. Plus, Rufus is on the medium tyres, Hawkeye's on the soft tyres, so Hawkeye does have the faster tyre. I should have a drink. So lap 14, Unforgiven has a good lead, but so Oz has just set the new fastest lap with a 1:22.5, while Unforgiven's fastest lap is a 1:23 dead. He hasn't set a fastest. His fastest lap at the moment is a 23.1, from what I can see. Well, 23.1, yeah, from what I can see on the screen. So Aussie is reeling Unforgiven in. So Unforgiven is on the medium tyres. Osmond is on the soft tyres. So lap 15, 2 more laps after this to go. I think unless Unforgiven makes a big mistake, there is no way Osborne will catch him. Silly there in third, all on his own. Brian McConaughey there in fourth, all on his own. Willard's all on his own in fifth as well. And then you got Colesberg, Grasshopper inside battling out. Colesberg has got past Unforgiven now. Colesberg has got past Grasshopper now. With Grasshopper trying to get that sixth place back. Then Pete there in ninth. He's got Vane right behind him, looking to try and get that place from him as they come through turn 5 down towards turn 6. Looks like Pete took that a little bit wrong, so Vane's right on his rear bumper at the moment. They're coming through turn 6 as they go through the Rohel straight on towards the corkscrew. And now on to Rainy Curve. And Phaser there is on his own at the moment, with Hawkeye there in 12th and Rufus there in 13th. So lap 16 at the moment. Unforgiven is just coming through turn 6 onto the Rohel straight for the 16th time at penultimate lap through the corkscrew. And Ozzy is working his arse off trying to catch up to Unforgiven as quickly as possible, but I don't think he will be able to do it as Unforgiven is going through turn 11 and he is just about to start his final lap. And so this is the final lap for Unforgiven, with Oz there in second, Silly Shot there in third, Brian McConaughey there in fourth, Willard there in fifth, Grasshopper in sixth, so he's got past Colesberg again, so Colesberg there in seventh. He's now got Side back on his rear bumper in eighth, looking to try and get past. So can Colesberg keep Side behind him? That's going to be a good question. Pete there in ninth. He did have Vane chasing him down, but Vane has dropped off now. With Phaser there in 11th. Chasing Vane down. Hawkeye there in 12th. He's got half a second penalty which he's about to serve. And then Rufus there in 13th. Very low on fuel, but so is Unforgiven. But he's just about to go on to his final lap. Let's go back to Unforgiven. Because Unforgiven coming through turn 11, he's had a flawless lap, flawless race from start to finish. Great start from him, starting in fourth. Gets up to first by the end of the first lap. Even before the end of the first lap, like halfway, so he finishes first after a great victory. Oz takes second spot. So this is a great second for him after coming from towards the back of the field. Silly there in third. It's a great result for Brian McCartney there in fourth after coming from the back of the grid. Willard, it's the same for Willard, finishing fifth after coming from the back of the grid. Grasshopper takes sixth, would have probably hoped for better. And Colesberg finishes seventh, Side finishes eighth. Pete in ninth, Vane in 10th, Phaser in 11th. Now Hawkeye will finish in 12th and Rufus, aka myself, will finish in last place. Anyway, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors for this season of EAC Eldridge Air Conditioning. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel, it'd be much appreciated. I will see you for round 6 at the Red Bull Ring. So I will see you again soon. Bye bye for now, and thank you for watching.